My fellow people, beware of this evil body lotion in town. It's scattered everywhere. It's being produced from human brain. They use some of those popular brains containers to deceive you. Be careful. This is what happened to me. Hello viewers, welcome once again to another episode of African Confessions HD, right here on Extraordinary Africa. My name is Lotion Uncle Ifestinho. In this show, we publish lifetime confessions. Usually, we publish anonymously for their own safety reasons. This is video number 1 of 2. Make sure you'll be watching it to the end as I'm going to take you through 3 confessions. Enjoy your watch. I have been struggling with skin disease for a very long time, staying with my poor maternal grandparents in the rural area. They couldn't afford to buy the required lotion. At school, at church, I have no friends because people there were afraid that I might affect them. Even parents urged their children not to play with me. They were afraid maybe their daughters and sons might be affected by my skin disease. Life wasn't easy at all. My mom passed away when I was still a child. Daddy dumped me with maternal grandparents, the parents of my mother. He never returned again. Dad went to town and started taxi. He was a taxi driver. I remember at this point, they called me to the city for holiday. My maternal grandparents accepted because by the time my mom died, they were in good books with their son-in-law. I went to my father's place. He was staying with another wife. I could not believe what they tried to do for me those days. Dad went with me to this area. There are business people. It's a business center in a growth point I can't mention. I saw the person giving my daddy bags, thousands of rands, and Dad left me at that place. Deep down inside my heart, I felt Dad has sold me. I remained with the men. The next day, brave 3 men came. They took me into the car. We went to the forest. Those people were drinking beer by the time we were going to the forest. They tied my hands and shoes. I believe they were going to kill me, but they got drunk and went to a local tavern, returned with prostitutes. Those ladies saved my life. They knew their lover's business and they don't wanted it. That's how I survived. I returned to my maternal grandparents. I told them what was happening in the city. I was almost dead. From that day, they never allowed me to go out of the gate. I was always indoors. My grandmother and grandfather were afraid I might lose my life. This wasn't my problem, as they were afraid to go with me out. My skin was decaying. It was getting worse and worse. I stayed with my grandparents. In 2007, grandfather died, the father of my mother. I remained with grandmother. Grandmother became sick with time. Maybe it was age. We moved to my auntie's house, the young sister of my mother. We stayed with auntie, the children, grandma, and me. Grandma told a son-in-law, the father of the children of my auntie, my problem. They were shocked. Why were you quiet with a child suffering like that? That was last year. We went to these farmers in town. They told us about this lotion. We took the lotion and went with it home. It's not that expensive. We used the lotion. I regret using the lotion. My skin disease was better. After using the lotion, family members are dying. They are dying like useless things. They are dying like flies. Some of the people, you can see from their facial expressions, this person is blaming me for all this. They are saying, you are killing us, go back to your father's family. Recently, I lost that auntie. I don't know who will take care of me and grandmother. I can't stay in sun for over 30 minutes. I will be in deep pain. My skin is troubling me. So after people were dying and dying, we went to this Sangoma, this local Sangoma in Zambezi. He is based in Zimbabwe. We went there with my remaining maternal family members. When we arrived there, the man told us that there is this lotion you used. The lotion is made from a lot of substances, but inside there is also human brain. And the brain which was in that lotion is of a person from a tribe which can be used like that. It is said that the person might be killed so that they can make that lotion. The lotion is well known. A lot of people like it. The Sangoma told us that the long-term effects will vary. Some will start being mentally ill. Some will lose their destinies. Some will not have kids. The lotion is all over the country. From my experience, from what I am seeing, and a lot of people who used art, as we talk right now, some are dead, some are prostitutes, some are divorced, some have miscarriages. This is my warning to you, the people of South Africa and Africa. Don't be desperate when you are ill. This thing has killed me inside and outside. The skin disease worsened. My people are dying. The one who was taking care of me and Grain died. Who will take care of us? This is my message to you, my people. If you find it helpful, please share with your friends and family. This is what happened to me. Yellow Solution Uncle, please publish this one for me. I regret what I did when I was a teenager. I lost my mother, the breadwinner, the only relative I know. We came from Malawi. Mom was looking for greener pastures here in South Africa. Everything turned upside down. I stopped going to school. I couldn't afford to buy clothes, shelter, food. No one cared about me. A lot of people said, you are not from our country. Go back to your relatives in the country where you belong. With the time, I was out of ideas. I started moving, searching for a place to stay. At least I can get food to eat. This is how I joined this gang, the gang of robberies. We have been in so many missions. We broke so many houses. We broke so many cars. This is what we were doing all over these years. But when we were going to these operations, we did not just go. We used dark magic and muti so that the muti can shield us. For years we have been in the doing, and the police were failing to catch us. So since I started that group, in the first days, they didn't go with me to operations. I was tasked to be their wife, cooking, and they will be sleeping with me when they return from their operations. They will be sodomizing me. There were 7 men who were to sodomize me the whole night. That was my life, and there was no other pay more than the food they gave me. I was doing all this so that I can have food. That was my life. At the age of 17, they said, "Wifey, you are old enough to join us." They recruited another boy who was now to become the wife at the base. That time I was also now the husband, meaning to say the guy was sleeping with 8 boys who were sodomizing him all over the night. That was our life. So as I was to enter into the main operations, a procedure was supposed to be followed. These guys were given a muti by a local traditional healer. So we went to the traditional healer so that they can inform me about the new gang member. I was cleansed with muti mixed with animal blood. They were singing and ululating. The thing was done over the night. We went to the first operation. It was successful. The police failed to catch us, but we were almost caught. That was now the life we were living. And with time, I am sure we tried to do the operation at a house which was locked by dark magic again. So there was a fight of spirits, and our spirit and our traditional healers' powers were beaten by those which were at the house. The mob came, they attacked us, started beating us. Ties, my friends were burned. I believe God saved me. I managed to get out of the thing. I managed to get out of the thing and went. I'm sure the people who were beating us were drunk. I got myself into the smoke and went with the smoke direction. It was very hectic. the sense and feeling that my friends are being killed. That's how I escaped the group. I started staying in the streets until I met this pastor. The man took me to his house. We stayed together. I went to school. He paid all my school bills, paid my matrix. Now I am married. I have been in the marriage for 8 years. I'm going to a decent job, but I can't bear a child. We went to medical practitioners. They said we are both okay. Prophets we consulted said I am the one with that weakness. I used Muti when I was a teenager. This thing is affecting me. Is there anyone who can help me? Because all the prophets we consulted are saying the thing is irreversible. A part of my skin was buried with a dead body, and the thing will never be reversed because it's out of reach. Is there anyone who can help me? I'll be reading comments, even long comments. There is no problem. That's my story. Solution Uncle, publish it anonymously. I have been on this on and off relationship with the father of my daughter. When he met me, I was very naive, just 16 years old, and I gave myself to him. He is 11 years older than me. Along the line, he kept messing up, so I had no choice but to leave him. Later, he came back into my life. Thus, after I had a daughter for him, he promised he would stay with me and build a family with me. When I got pregnant the second time, we were very broke, and even taking care of our girl was hard, so we did an abortion. But after that, he went back to getting distracted, not showing me any care or anything. He made me go back to my mother's house with the girl that he will be sending us money rather than us staying with him. For like a year, I didn't hear from him, and my mom said I should just focus on our daughter, of which I was doing. Then getting to the end of the year, he came to visit me and he was begging me. He brought gifts for us and a lot of begging. Please note that I am 28 years now and I have never done anything with a man except him. He is the only guy I have dated since I was 16. So I have this weakness for him. I accepted him back and we went to cross over together and passed by a drinking spot. When we got home, we had sex with me and we slept. Then in the morning, he woke me up that this is a mistake and he is sorry, he can't date me again and I should leave cause his girl has traveled and she'll come back soon. I was really pained by this. Since he sacked me on the first to this day, he has not even called to ask of me or our daughter. He doesn't care about us. My mom has also been insulting me that I allow this man to just use me and damn me anytime he comes and I accept him. I have not been coming out of my room because of thinking and how my life has become. How can I move on? Sometimes I don't see any hope or future for me.